as good as a banjo number can be. From Chatsworth, Georgia over here, previous Georgia State clawhammer banjo champion. You'll see that talent here in a little bit. But make welcome on the three-finger banjo, Mr. Jim Pankey over here, playing a little ground speed.
My father started in 1970, which happens to be the year I was born. So there really wasn't a time I wasn't around plants and trees and water. So I think if I've done this right, I'm thinking back to how many years and how many springtimes I've had in the nursery industry. I've lost count. With Earth Day, it was an opportunity for me to celebrate the earth, and you know, who doesn't want to be proud of where they live, and let's invite everybody that's local. Let's try to get it here in this region. So I reached out to Short Mountain Distillery. Fantastic group of people who are really doing it right, harvesting their own grains and things from their own farm and recycling that back through their livestock and making some really good product. That's an old-timey tradition to make moonshine in this area.
Yeah, Bert Driver had this great event today on April 22nd for Earth Day, and despite the rain and the cloudy weather, it was gross and muddy out. All the kids were playing. We had a great little bonfire. Everyone enjoyed it. We had tents. We shared booze, shared food. Everyone was really, it was almost like a family event. We all got close together and got to meet our neighbors, even neighbors that we don't know. We got to meet them today and talk to them about their products or their lives. And it really, I feel, you know, I've only lived in the area for about a year, and I feel close to a lot of these people. I met lots of my neighbors who will probably be lifelong friends now. And I think that's great, actually. Pretty cool.
Just seems to know for doing what they want.
Calf killer guys. The Sergio brothers are doing a great job as ambassadors of the Upper Cumberland. Why? Because they're making a product from the Calf Killer River that runs right through White County. I invited them. Stonehouse Winery up on the plateau. They're making their own wine, and they're importing some grapes, but they do a lot of sustainable practices there to make a good product. Harmony Lane, the goat dairy that was here, that's a mile and a half down the road. Very impressive operation. They even keep their whey to feed back to their livestock.
You've heard enough. So tell me, why don't you ever hear?
Well, I've never done an Earth Day festival at Bert's Nursery or anything, but ever since I've been young, I've always wanted to play music. It's all I've ever wanted to do. I love Southern rock music. My great-grandfather was Bo Driver. He had a band, the Tennessee Playboys. So I kind of took that name and turned it into the Dixieland Playboys because we're out of Georgia. And I mean, I've just been running with it, getting people to come in and play with me whenever I can. Like if someone can't make it, you got to water your weeds, you know what I mean? You got to just, whatever you can do to help it grow. I enjoyed it. It was great. There's a lot of great talent, a lot of great bluegrass music. I just went up there and did my thing. It's a little bit different, but it's what I do. I love it.
So tell us every story you've heard. I bet the real version was much worse. Every mistake was a memory.
The reasoning and the motivation of Earth Day was multiple things. We were looking for a way to celebrate spring and to have have a party for our customers and our friends and our neighbors. And in the back of my mind, I still wanted to find a way to promote what we have here. That was the motivation, to promote what we have here in DeKalb County. First band went on at 12:15. Sounded fantastic. Josh Driver and the Dixieland Playboys. Then we had the Hamilton County Ramblers and then Carden Smith and the Heat, which is a duo. Just about 15 minutes into their set, there was a clap of lightning. Each and everybody kind of looked around at each other and they kept on playing, and it kept on raining. So by 4 o'clock, it was time to call it. And I'm so grateful for everyone that was cooperating, that showed up. Everybody came that I asked to come. And then Maggie's Landing did take up the slack, and we got everybody inside. The sound and mixing boards were top-notch, professional, great sounding music. I couldn't have been more happy. So what looked like was going to be a disaster, in the end, turned out to be a triumph. And why is that? What did I just say to you a moment ago? It's about the people. It really is a community here, and I think that gives everybody an identity. I know that it did for me going out into the world when I left here in a small town, in a small school, small county, and I wound up in big cities all around the world. I still had confidence, and I think it's because I had an identity of where I was from. Never been ashamed of that at all. If they ask, I am from Tennessee. Where? Smithville, Tennessee. Greatest little town on earth.